Today we're talking about the three phases of CV axle replacement: diagnostics, ordering the part, and installing the part. If a customer comes in and they're complaining about clicking while they're turning the wheel or accelerating or braking, chances are it's a CV axle that needs to be replaced. But there are three phases to the repair that you need to follow to make sure the job is done right the first time. The first phase of the process, well, it's inspection and diagnostics. Inspect the axle. Know what has failed on the axle. Is it the outer joint, the inner joint? Is it the boot itself? Are the splines making noise? Or is there an issue at the wheel end itself? The next part of the process, well, that's the diagnostic side of it. Understand why that part was damaged. Understand if it's an outside condition, like let's say there's oil leaking onto one of the boots that's causing dust to accumulate on the boot and eventually causing it to rupture. Once you know what has failed and why it failed, it's now time to order the part. Make sure that you know the vehicle. You have the VIN when you go to order the axle. There's differences on some axles. For instance, some could be for all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive on the same model, make, or year of a truck. Make sure that you know the number of splines either at the wheel end or going into the transmission so you can order the proper axle. Take a look at the vehicle. Make sure that you know if it has ABS or not. Chances are if the vehicle was made after 2008, it's going to have ABS on it, and it's going to have a tone ring on the axle itself. Once the axle is ordered and you receive it at your shop, make sure that you're using the correct steps to install the axle. The key here is to make sure that you're not doing any damage to the transmission or the wheel end when you're installing the axle. Make sure that you look at the transmission. Make sure that the seal holding in either the transmission fluid or the gear lubricant is still functional and can seal against the new axle. Always make sure you're using a brand new axle nut on the brand new axle. Also, be a little bit wary of using an impact when installing the axle itself. A lot of impacts, well, it causes a lot of force that can damage the needle bearings inside of the tripod or plunge joint and also inside the CV joint. Also inspect at the transmission that the seal can properly seal against the new axle. If the seal is damaged, ruptured, or there's parts missing from it, make sure that you're installing a brand new seal. On the wheel inside, make sure that you're properly engaging it with the splines on the drive hub. If you follow these three phases of inspection, diagnostics, ordering the correct part with the correct information, and then using the correct procedures to install the brand new axle, that way it's going to be done right the first time and there's not going to be a comeback. I'm Andrew Markel. Thank you very much.